I have people that do it in the gym before they begin their regular workout. I have people that are doing it in airports, because it's applicable anywhere. Does any of us really have a crystal ball and know the next time our low back's going out? I don't. And I've spent the last 17 years of my life, maybe 18 years of my life, trying to figure out back pain. But yet I don't know when all my patients' backs are going out. So why would I expect you to know? So think about reversing back pain like building a bank account. So what we're going to start showing you guys is how do we get more wealth? Basically most of us are out there, we're spending too much money, we're buying things we can't afford with our backs, we're doing things that are going to cause us to go broke. We all kind of know that with our bank account, if we spend too much and don't bring enough in, we're in trouble. How do we bring enough in to protect our low back? Well, it's simple. First of all, we got to start thinking about not spending incorrectly. We got to be aware of where we're sitting, how long we're sitting, and avoid that. Now, there's so many things. You go to Fry's, you go wherever you go nowadays. You got the gym balls, you got Perform Better online. There's so many sites where you can go to get information. You can get stuff, the stand-up desk, if you were to go on Google Images right now and and type in mouses for your computer, alternative mouses, you're going to get like 100 pictures of different mouses. So there's so many ways to protect our body. We know that. The other thing we have to be cautious of or be aware of about our own particular body is old injuries. Like I blew out my knee when I was in college playing sports. So my right side, the knee that I blew out, always gets squirrely over time. Yes, squirrely is a technical term that us doctors use often. It's just common. Our movement starts to get sloppy. We start to lose control. It's those little moments where like you wake up and you go, God, my knee doesn't feel right today. It's the same set of stairs you just went down for the last 9.5 years to go have breakfast. Why today? Well, that's what I call squirrely motion. Now, what we're going to do today, and it's really better if you go online after at connection.com, KINECKTION.com. Or if you follow us on Twitter at Connection Cairo, or if you go on to Mind Body Connection on Instagram, you'll see a video. It's about 2 minutes long on this program. But first things first, to truly get your back to feel better, there's one thing that you have to get opened up. It's the hip flexors. It's your iliopsoas muscles. It's your quads. You have to stretch those out or your back just shears right into the wrong spot, and you have this spot where you point to and you go, that's right where the knife's at, doc. Fix that. Well, for me to fix that, actually we have to get a muscle to open up. So the first exercise you're going to see on the videos is the table IP. It's the easiest exercise. It can be done on a bed, on a bench. It can be done on a golf cart. I've had one of my patients told me the other day he did it on the golf cart the other day. I was like, amen, brother. Way to go. The next exercise is really about positioning. It's about your ability to control. So hopefully none of you have had this experience before, but when you go and you get pulled over about from 10 to 2 in the morning, 10 at night, 2 in the morning, the officer is checking your proprioception, your self-awareness of your body. That's what they're testing. But the next exercise is called the half squat progression. It's basically a way for us to train your hips and your knees and your ankles to move as a team. The goal with that exercise is to move in and out dynamically to make sure that when we loosen up that table IP muscle, the iliopsoas, make sure that it works correctly, but repetitiously we get to the right spot over and over and over again. Muscle has memory, so let's start improving it. Think of memory as a muscle. If we don't practice, we won't remember. So that's the purpose of the half squat progression. So the next thing is we move into the planks. Now, if you're still doing crunches from the Jane Fonda videos, no offense to Jane Fonda, but if you're still doing crunches, it's 2016 now. Wake up. Crunches is a dead exercise. At least it should be. It probably isn't, but it should be. Physiologically, or the way your brain expects your body to move, it doesn't make sense. It's like a square peg in a round hole or whatever. It's the wrong thing. It's like trying to, put a screw in a wall with a hammer. It just doesn't make sense physiologically. But you got to understand, the brain's expecting certain things to happen. The number one key to planking is when you get down into the position where you're trying to stay with your whole body parallel to the floor of the table or whatever you're doing the plank on, is you need to tuck your belt buckle up. You need to try to pull your belt buckle up to your chin. Belt buckle up is the key. And the reason why it's the key is that little motion that tucks your belt buckle up is directly linked to all your spinal stabilizers. It lifts up your vertebrae. It literally lifts up your vertebrae. What does that mean? Well, when you have sciatic pain and you got numbness tingling down your foot and you're going, damn, this always hurts. The reason why that's hurt is because your vertebrae are compressing down on your nerves. Lifting up is decompressing or relieving the nerves. Now, is it magical? Will it happen overnight? Is it a one-time deal? Hell no. It takes many, many reps. But getting started today is a great day to get started because it will start to improve today. If you just lift up your belt buckle, like if you're standing or sitting down right now, if you just stand up and act like someone's about to punch you in the stomach, the thing you have to do is, tuck your belt buckle up. You'll feel your butt squeeze, which moves us right to the strength exercises. Once you've set the core, now's the time to truly create postural strength changes. The first and most important exercises is the hip lifts. The hip lifts, one of the reasons why we love the hip lifts, like right now, if you are laying down because you got bad back pain and you literally cannot move, hip lifts is a laying down exercise. So that's pretty cool. Like, you don't even have to get up. You can literally just stay laying there. You bend your knees, you keep your ankles, knees, and hip in a line, and you lift your pelvis up. A lot of people will call this exercise the bridge. For whatever reason, we always call it hip lift, because I really want you to understand you got to lift your hips up high to achieve the results that you're probably looking to achieve so you can get back walking again. The magic to the hip lifts, though, as you squeeze your glute or your butt, as you go up, you have to use your core to fire, which we just got stronger with our planks. We already woke up our core. So again, we're double dipping, we're hitting our core. But the other magic thing is you cause your psoas muscle, your iliopsoas muscle, the very first thing from the table IP, you make it relax. Because when the glutes fire, the psoas has to relax. So that's the benefit of doing the hip lifts. If you really did nothing today, and you could pick one of 5 things to do, I would do the hip lifts. It's the easiest thing. Now the next exercise, this is our favorite. This exercise is the one product that you need to buy from us. It's the one exercise that causes you to buy something, to buy equipment. So I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, the equipment is a bank buster. It's $10. You go on our PayPal, ahcarlsbad@gmail.com, and put $10 in my PayPal account, and you'll get this right away. Not only will you get this, you will also get exercises in addition to what's already on the videos. So my goal is, I don't want to just sell you something. I'm not here to sell widgets. I'm here to pass on information that you can use. And if you don't buy this, I don't care. If you go to Sports Authority, I don't care. Some of you are just going to go on Amazon. Awesome. I don't care. Just start doing this. Start Goya this exercise. It's lateral band walk. The key to lateral band walk, again, tuck your belt buckle up, stand nice and tall like Frankenstein, keep your toes pointed in, and walk sideways 10 steps to the right and then 10 steps to the left. And you're in business. Now, why is that important? Well, one, we're going to stay stacked in a good postural position. This lateral band walk thing, you'll see people do it. They call it monster walking, where they're bent and their knees are forward and their hips are bent. That's not a position that's safe for a bad low back. So if you do monster walking, you will actually keep telling the brain flexion of the hips is safe for you. It's not a good idea. It's done in fitness. I'm not busting up fitness people. What I am busting up is people who say something's going to make you better and it doesn't. Lateral band walk is done in like military-esque posture. Straight up and down, perfect alignment. Now, the other part of this is when our feet are hooked to the planet and we're doing exercises and we're getting the whole chain of muscles from the toes to the nose engaged and working together, we're really building up our bank account. Our bank account is starting to cha-ching, and that's really the key to this, is to build up the bank account. Again, we want to make you wealthy low back people, not poor low back people. So when you go to look at the low back video and you go on connection.com, KINECKTION, or you get this off Instagram or Facebook, I'm going to tell you this is the one thing that you should purchase. Now, I'm not going to tell you have to purchase it from me. I would love that, but I'm not going to say you need to. Just get it somewhere. Find a way to make this happen. You need to be on your feet. One of the things people ask me all the time, what do you think of Pilates? I like it. It's great for fitness. It's a great way to get buff, tone. It's awesome. What don't you like it? Great question. What I don't like about Pilates, a lot of laying on your back doing movements in the reformer. There's a lot of mat Pilates down on the floor. Most of life, when we get hurt, our 2 feet are on the floor. It's on the planet. We're moving, we're lifting, we're twisting, we're bending. We're doing something in some sort of standing position. We need to train that way, and we need to prepare